Welcome to Fabulous Feast. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio and this is my kitchen. Fabulous Feast is all about talking the importance of food and its nutrient value, because what you eat is directly related to your health and how your body functions. You can eat high test, high quality, high performance food as fuel, or you can eat low quality food and that gives you low performance. The nutritional value in your food is directly related to how your body functions. We look at it the same way that Hippocrates looked at it. Let food be thy medicine and let medicine be thy food. And frankly, that is what Fabulous Feast is all about. It's all about empowering you to make good decisions about diet, nutrition, and what you eat. You're not just what you eat, you're what you eat eats. So we're going to look at how your food is harvested, nutrition, grown, and produced, as well as how you can prepare it for its maximum nutritional value. Today's show is all about shrimp. That's right, we're going to go with a shrimp. And we're going to talk about some of those myths that you think where shrimp isn't so good when in fact it's a good choice to put in your diet, especially if you're looking for an anti-inflammatory food, especially if you're looking for protein-rich food, especially looking for a food that is actually low in fat. And we're going to talk about all those nutritional values in shrimp in a moment. So let's get started. The first dish is going to be shrimp sliders. So that's the slider part of the dish. That's going to be avocado enriched endive. So endive sleeves, we're going to put some avocado on that in a minute, but we're going to start with the shrimp. The shrimp is going to be a Mexican kind of flavoring. So we're going to take just a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, put it in a pan. Now, we're going to heat the pan up until the olive oil starts to simmer a little bit. And then we're going to put the shrimp in. Shrimp don't take long to cook. The biggest problem people make when they cook their shrimp is they cook it too much. And since it takes so little time to cook, I'm going to shut my flame off, because that's how much time we're not going to need for that pan to heat up. So let's talk a little bit about shrimp. I have different types of shrimp out here. I have some shrimp here that are farm raised, fresh from Ecuador. So they're fresh, which is good. Didn't say previously frozen, which coming from Ecuador, I wouldn't be surprised if they were frozen a little bit, but maybe they got them here without freezing them at all. Most of our fish is frozen. A boat goes out to sea not for a day. They go out to sea for weeks and months. How do they keep the seafood that they catch on day 1 fresh until day 30 when they end up back in dock? They put it really cold. Maybe it's 32 degrees. Maybe it's not negative 40 degrees like you'd find in the frozen food section, but it's been frozen or chilled significantly. So the other concern you have when you get a farm-raised fish, whether it's shrimp or anything else, where was it farm-raised? Now, I don't know the process in Ecuador. I don't know how regulatory the local municipalities are and what they can feed these shrimp, but that's what you have to be concerned about. Is there a difference between Ecuador, Indonesia, the United States, Canada, Norway? I think there is. I think there's a much higher standard in the United States than there might be in Indonesia or China, not to throw them under the bus, but look at where your food's sourced from. If there's going to be a lot of oversight, chances are when it says farm raised, they're fed good stuff. If there's not going to be a lot of oversight in that country, farm raised means you don't know what the heck they've been given. So Ecuadorian shrimp, not frozen accordingly, it's kind of white. Shrimp is high in something called xanthins. Xanthins make it pink. Now this shrimp is previously frozen. It's from Argentina. It's wild caught, so it tells me right there it's frozen on the boat. I like that. Wild caught, frozen on the boat, it's got the pink color. All right, and this happened to be already deveined, but the shell is still on. These shrimp, fresh, wild caught, United States shrimp. Ah, good choice, right? Fresh United States. Chances are they were harvested in right to the fishmonger. So I doubt they were frozen. I bet the boat went out one day and came back the next day. And United States, wild caught. Are you still exposed to the pesticides and the heavy metals in the water? Yes, you are. Shrimp don't grow 30 years. So there's not going to be a lot of contaminants. They only grow a short period of time before they're harvested. These guys, shrimp, whoop, head-on shrimp, okay? Shrimp head-on. If you're going to use head-on shrimp, don't take the head off, because then you're just down to this, all right? The reason you use head-on shrimp is you're going to get a lot more flavor, all right? It's kind of like cooking a whole crab or a whole lobster, and you open it up and you get all that flavoring from the inside of the lobster or the crab. That's why you would use shrimp with head-on. But again, previously frozen from Indonesia. I don't know what they were fed. Farm raised, previously frozen Indonesia. So if I really want the flavor, or if I really want the look, I would go with them. If I really want something that I think is going to have the highest nutritional value, I would go, if I can, USDA, United States, local grown, fresh, not previously frozen. My next choice would be wild caught, frozen at sea. And my last choice would be farm raised. Now that's how I would look at it. These over here are the fresh shrimp that are from the United States. So that's your shrimp tutorial. Let's get started with cooking. We're going to turn up the flame. We got some olive oil in here, just a couple of tablespoons. Now we're going to be using the shrimp on these sliders. So these smaller shrimp from Ecuador actually are going to fit the sliders the best, but I'm going to need a few more. So let's pick out some of the smaller shrimp in here. These are beautiful. That's a 21 to 25 shrimp per pound count. Perfect for shrimp cocktail that size, and for most of the dishes that we make. So I'll put a few more in here. And I'm going to need to season that. I got a bowl with some Mexican spice rub. All right. I make my own Mexican spice rub. If you want to buy a Mexican spice rub, that's fine. But again, if you make your own, you're in control of the ingredients. Because if you look at the Mexican spice rub that you see at the store, it's going to have agents in there that are going to prevent caking. It's going to have preservatives perhaps in there. It may have some things that you don't like in there. Oh gosh, there's onion powder. I don't like onions. All right. So you can make your own. It's not very difficult. And we have the recipe. This is the one I like. It's cumin, coriander, paprika, some ancho chilies, chili powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, oregano, parsley. There we go. It's starting to get those little waves on the oil. Non-stick pan, so we don't need much. And there's the sizzle. As that's sizzling, let's spread them out into a nice thin one layer. They're only going to need about 2 minutes. And that'll give them a nice sear. And then we'll flip them over for maybe another 30 seconds to a minute, and they're done. Like I said earlier, the biggest mistake people make with shrimp is they just overcook it. Like all seafood, just cook it enough. And look, we eat sushi all the time. That's raw. So this we generally don't eat raw. Even shrimp's cooked a little bit, but not much. Yeah. So just a few seconds like that. And cleaning shrimp is real easy. I like to take the vein out in the middle, because I think aesthetically that looks so much better. Then I pinch the legs and pull it off, and that's clean shrimp. And again, if you get the ones that are pinkish, reddish, you're going to get more antioxidants, because that's the xanthins. The other good thing about shrimp is that a pound of shrimp has less than 1 gram of fat. Now you see they're turning pink, they're done. Turn the heat off. Flip them. That's right, a pound of shrimp has got 1 gram of fat. That's it. So people say, oh, shrimp's high in cholesterol. Oh, it's bad for you. Yeah, there's cholesterol in shrimp, But the fat that's in shrimp is high in omega-3 fatty acids. Shrimp eats lots of little plankton and things, and those little plankton are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory. So yes, there's cholesterol, not a lot, a gram of fat in a pound. It's all protein. This is a protein bomb. And it's high in potassium. Bananas, oranges, tomatoes, high in potassium. One of the best foods to reduce high blood pressure are foods high in potassium. So shrimp is a good choice. It also has some phosphorus. It also has some magnesium in there. Put it on your menu. So I shut the pan off. I flip the shrimp. The residual heat in the pan is going to cook the shrimp. I'm going to take an avocado, and we're just going to slice it and put little avocado slices on the endive. Oh, beautiful. And then we put our shrimp on it. Well, the garnish is going to be some hemp hearts. Why hemp hearts? Hemp hearts are also anti-inflammatory. They're high in omega-3 precursors called ALA, alpha-linolenic, and GLA, gamma-linolenic acid. So that's going to help to suppress inflammation. Why do we want to suppress inflammation? Because inflammation drives disease and pain. Any itis, osis you have in your body, arthritis, neuritis, arthrosclerosis, diverticulitis, diverticulosis, keep going on and on. Those are all itises and osises, which are inflammation. Foods that suppress inflammation are going to reduce that response. Omega-3 fatty acids that are found in shrimp and in hemp seed and in chia seed and in green vegetation will reduce that. So a little bit of avocado on each piece of endive, and then a little bit of shrimp, some hemp hearts, a little lemon juice, and then you're good to go. And these are your shrimp Mexican sliders. We're gonna cut this last one nice and easy, and that goes there. Now, I'm going to pop off the tail just because it's going to be much easier for the people to eat, all right? Can you leave it on? Yes, you can. But now somebody literally can use it like a slider. And just pick it up and goes right in their mouth. And boy, this is a nice little treat. And the Mexican flavoring, I think, is nice. If you want to go with the Mediterranean flavoring, just use some oregano and some garlic. You can do a scampi. Oh, I missed one. You can do a scampi flavoring. Now this shrimp's pretty big. It's one of those larger shrimps. Righty. So I'm going to cut it in half. All right. And then you can just take one piece of shrimp, because the endive really drives the size of the serving. If you have large endive, you're going to be able to make larger servings. If it's, see, like that, just perfect for that. If you have a smaller endive, like these tend to be a little smaller, these leaves, you have to go with a smaller piece of shrimp. So let's get these dressed up, and then we'll put a little hemp hearts on them, lemon juice, and we'll be good to go. So we know we're going to get lots of protein in this dish. You're getting good fats from the avocado. That's going to balance the low-fat nature of the shrimp. And the combination is what makes it a good choice, a healthy choice, and something neat, fun, and interesting. You know, Fabulous Feasts, it's all about exposing you to different flavor patterns, different palates. Because as we expose you to different palates, then you get used to eating different foods, and therefore you'll embrace other things. If I were to teach just how to make a faux pizza that's healthy, yeah, we could use cauliflower, and yeah, we could use faux cheese, and yeah, we could use other ingredients, but the bottom line is it's only a matter of time before you go back to the dark side, okay? Before you go back and have the real pizza, and then before you know it, you're back to where you were. Eat healthy, make the right choices, all right? And it may start by eating things that you're just not accustomed to. And then a little bit of lemon juice. Can you use lime to be really in the Mexican theme? Of course you can. I didn't have lime in the house today. I had lemon in the house, so I'm using lemon. Be flexible. Get to know your food. I want to share these ideas and these concepts with you because food's about, in my house, food's all about sharing. Food's about me making something that I can share with you that hopefully you'll enjoy as much as I enjoyed in making it. And the sharing of that experience is what it's really about. And then from there, I want to share with you my knowledge about why making good, healthy choices with your food is important. So I'm going to have a shrimp slider. I want you to make them at home so we can share this treat together. Good stuff. Shrimp sliders. From my table to yours. Enjoy. So, as I clean up, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor of our show, the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. They have this great ebook that's available, and why I'm so excited to have them on board is it says right here, it all starts with nutrition. And that's according to the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress and their book on mind, body, and spirit. It's about lifestyle changes that you can make, and it's a free ebook. There's a little link right here. Just jot down the link and get your copy because it talks about simple lifestyle choices that you can make to improve the quality of your life, to keep your joints mobile, to reduce inflammation with food, to keep your posture tall and strong, to get better sleep habits, to have better mental relaxation awareness, mind, body, spirit connection. Chiropractic has been talking natural health care and life and wellness for over 120 years. It's a pathway to healing. And in chiropractic, it's not what we treat, it's how we treat. We treat without medication, without drugs, and without surgery. The Foundation for Chiropractic Progress is getting that story out to you. So, download your free ebook on complete mind, body, and spirit wellness from the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. One of our family favorites is shrimp oreganata, a recipe my dad developed, and it's just a killer. It's great. It starts with 2 tablespoons. If you're using a pound of shrimp, I do 2 tablespoons. We're only going to use a half pound, so 1 tablespoon of butter, a little bit of olive oil, maybe 2 tablespoons. Let that melt down a little bit. Now again, shrimp does not take long to cook. So once that melts, warms up a little bit, then we're going to put the shrimp in with some garlic, salt, pepper, and oregano. And that's really all it takes for a few minutes with some white wine as a braise. And then we're going to thicken it up with some breadcrumbs. Now everybody knows I'm an anti-inflammatory guy. That means I don't eat bread really, or pasta. Very rare. That's a cheat meal for me. But today, this goes nicely with just a couple of tablespoons of breadcrumbs. And the breadcrumbs are just plain breadcrumbs. And they're just ground up stale bread. Don't get the ones that have all the preservatives and everything in them. Get plain breadcrumbs. Read the labels. And I wouldn't use seasoned breadcrumbs. I would just, if you want seasoned, season it yourself. So that's maybe a clove of chopped garlic in there. Just give that a moment to get started. And then again, I'm going to do a ½ pound of shrimp. These are beautiful 21, 25, fresh, right in there. American shrimp, Gulf, oregano, good teaspoon of oregano, pinch of salt. Now, what about butter? Oh my gosh, Doc's using butter. Yeah, pinch of pepper, but the butter was Irish butter, grass-fed butter, really yellow. That type of butter is really, really high in omega-3 fatty acids. It's healthy, all right? And by being, and look, it's almost done already. That's how quick this is. It's almost done. So flip it over. Remember, shrimp don't have any fat in them, essentially. So to add 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter, no big deal. To add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a healthy fat, no big deal, all right? But I'm not battering them in bread, and I'm not frying them and deep frying them, and I'm not making just a simple franchise sauce. We're using really natural, healthy ingredients. Lemon juice. Now I pitted this part of the lemon, so I know there's no pits coming out. For a pound, you'd use a ½ pound of lemon juice. And guess what? The shrimp's already cooked. That's how quick this takes, all right? But you can see all of that juice is in there, not just from the shrimp, but from the white wine and the butter and the oil. And could I put it over pasta? Yeah. Could I put it with rice? Of course. Could I use quinoa? I could do that too. But I don't want to lose all that flavor. I could put it on crostini. Would go great with crostini. But then I got bread in the house. So I have some breadcrumbs, and look at that. There's a demitasse spoon. 1, 2 heaping demitasse spoons of breadcrumbs. Let's stir that in. And that should be plenty to thicken it. Yeah, I'm shutting it off. It's done. That'll be plenty to thicken it, and you have all that goodness and flavor in there. And you'll see how we liven it up with a little, look at that, perfect. Who needs pasta? All right? Who needs a loaf of bread? Frankly, as a kid, my dad would make this, and we would probably eat a loaf of bread each with it, just dipping the bread in that sauce with the butter and the oil and the garlic. Oh, it's great. I can get away with that same flavor palette with 2 heaping demitasse tablespoons. So what? A tablespoon? The inflammatory load of a tablespoon of breadcrumbs is minimal. I get the body, I get the flavor, and that's how you can learn to eat thoughtfully, okay? And by eating thoughtfully, you'll be able to eat healthier and more productively. Some fresh parsley, and that dish is good to go. And we're going to, since we're all about anti-inflammatory diet, we have to give you some more vegetables with this dish. So I'm going to pair this with a very spring, summer type salad. And there you, that's it. That's all it takes. It's simple to make as well and very healthy. That's going to be carrots and radishes. Perfect. Shrimp oreganata. Another great high protein, good fat recipe. So our salad, because you got to have 5 to 7 servings of salad a day. Our salad is going to be very simple. It's going to be shredded carrots, just shredded carrots. You can use your julienne shredder. You can use your peeler like I did, all right? You can use whatever format you want. And then we're going to get some radishes. Now, if you buy organic radishes like I did, you can save the greens and eat them. You can eat the greens. Oh, by the way, the reason you want to buy organic fruits and vegetables, this is an organic carrot that got forgotten in the fridge. Look what happened. It's starting to root. You don't see that on GMO carrots. You don't see that on the carrots that come all slimy and look all the same. You don't see that on the carrots that are sprayed with pesticides. You see that on organic food, food that's alive, that wants to grow. Can you eat everything organic? No, but do the best you can. So, get some radishes. If you want, you can put your radish greens in there. Chop off the bottom, chop off the top. Nice flat surface. Slice them thinly. But you know, I'm not allowed to play with power tools because as a chiropractic doctor, my wife forbids me to playing with anything that could hurt myself, but she lets me play with knives. So I like to cut my food. But using a mandolin would be a great choice. Radishes, slice them up. Need some salt. So let's put a little bit of salt in there. Needs a little bit of black pepper. Fresh black pepper would be perfect, but the ground's in front of me. This is extra virgin olive oil. It's a little bit heavier than the cooking olive oil. You kind of need that for this dish. All right, and then just stir that up. And then we'll put it with a little bit of either red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar, depending on how tart you'd like it. That's up to you. But this is a perfect summer light salad, high in antioxidants with the carrots, getting a little antioxidant kick from the radishes as well, and nutrient dense, nice and sweet, and it's going to really light up your palate very well. You can put a little parsley in there as some flavoring also. Get all that salt in there, and it's a perfect complement to our shrimp oreganata. So the combination of foods is something you can just start thinking about. I want you to realize that you are what you eat, and you are what you eat eats. So think about how your food's harvested. Think about where it comes from. And I want to share not just these recipes, but my concern for you to make good choices about your health, to think about what you can do to live life to its fullest, to keep your joints mobile, to keep your spine flexible, to have good posture, to have good healthy mental attitudes, and to fuel your body appropriately. Fabulous Feasts is just a vehicle for me to share with you the concept that good health is invaluable. And like everything else, you need to work at it. You got to put the time and effort in. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio. Thanks for tuning in. And again, I want to thank the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress for all of their support. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next show.